So can you guess this logo? That's Apple, right? But what about this one? No, right? So what if you can have a software. Normally what we do is, if you know the text or if you know the name, you can search for the logo. But what if you see a logo somewhere and you don't know what that company is or what that product means? So I have a logo here and I want a software, and unfortunately Google is there, right? So Google has given you one software called as Google Goggles, and using Google Goggles you can actually detect the name of the logo. So this is the logo here, and I'm using a software called as Google Goggles to find this name. Again, due to reflection, it might not work in the first attempt. You can see it is not able to find that. Let me just try it once again. And you can see it says this is Drupal. So this logo here is a logo for Drupal. How exactly it works, that we'll see in the video. So welcome back, aliens. This is Navin Reddy from Theoretical Learnings, and today we'll talk about AI, which is artificial intelligence. Now, what exactly it means and where we have to use it. So as we seen in the previous part of this video, that if you don't know the logo and if you don't know the name of a logo, you can search for the name of a logo with the help of image search, or you can say image recognition. So we are living in a world of AI now, where if you don't know the logo, if you don't know the product, example, if you go to another country and if you don't know that foreign language, when I go to my own village, I can see all the on the bus we have all the names in Telugu, and I cannot read Telugu. I can understand, but I cannot read Telugu. So what I can do is I can use some software and I can scan that name which is in Telugu or any other language, and that will be translated in the language which I know. Right? And that can be done with the help of AI. So way back in 1980s, when everyone wanted to work on computer, so they used to think that computer is something which can make your work easy, and of course it is doing that, right? So if you have some repetitive tasks, you can do that with the help of computers. But then the moment you say computer is smart, no, because at that time when you say computer, it will only do those things which are repetitive tasks. It was impossible for a computer to recognize the face of a person. It was impossible for a computer to understand my voice. Example, if I say something, it should get converted into English or the text. Or I want to talk to my computer. Now I don't know if you have seen that movie, a Hollywood movie called as Her. In that movie, there is an OS which is a smart OS which can actually talk to you. In fact, nowadays we are living that, right? If you are using iPhone, if you are using Google service, if you are using Windows Phone, in all these things we have a personal assistant, right? Which is your virtual personal assistant. So for Apple we have Siri, for Google we have Google Assistant, Allo, and then for Windows we have Cortana, right? So all these are smart assistants. So you can talk to them, So when you say what's the time now, they will give you the time. Not just time, because time is very easy to give, right? But you can also ask difficult questions, and they will solve those things for you. And at some point you will feel that you're talking to a person, but that's not a person, that's a computer, right? So that means somewhere we are adding intelligence to the computer. And it is happening way back. It started in late 1950s. So I guess it was around 1956 when they started working on the concept of AI, which is artificial intelligence. So they wanted computer, not just a fast computer, but a computer who can think. Not just normal thinking of finding even or finding a prime number, but then creating a software which can actually behave like a human, right? And currently it is going on. So we are building some softwares using which so you will talk to a computer, but you will feel that you are talking to a human, right? So that's the power of AI. So in this AI, we have different concepts. Again, why it is so important? So again, we'll talk about the concept in some time, but why it is so important and why today I'm making this video. It's because, we all want to achieve something in life, right? Or we want to do something which is different from what others are doing now. So at one point, learning a programming language, implementing some software, that was cool. Then we have the trend where you have to work on mobile application. That was a trend. Like we have a fashion trends, in the same way we also have technology trends. So the recent trend was Hadoop and big data. So if you want to do something different, go for Hadoop and big data. But now, if you say the current trend is AI, which is artificial intelligence, and everyone is moving to AI. But why suddenly? What just happened? Why everyone is moving to AI? It's because Okay, let me give you some examples who are moving to AI. So first of all these IT companies like Apple, Google, Microsoft, they all went to AI. In fact, Facebook. I don't know if you follow Mark Zuckerberg on Facebook, but he always posts those things, right? So he has created his own personal assistant. I guess it's called a Jarvis, if I'm not wrong, right? So everyone have their own personal assistant now. So we have Apple, Google, Facebook, Microsoft. Everyone have their own AI concept. But then not just those companies now. Is it affecting real life issues? Like we as a customer, we use bank service, right? We use online service. We buy something online. So are we using AI there? And what if I say all this different domain, they are also implementing AI now. Recently, I got an ad from, I don't know if you're familiar with that bank called the DG Bank. Now DG Bank has their own personal AI. So if you want to get your credit card statement, so you will call the department and then they will give you this statement, they will mail you. Otherwise, instead of talking to a person on the other end, you can talk to a computer. So DG Bank has their own personal assistant. The same goes with HDFC now. So HDFC is coming with EVA. I don't know, they might pronounce it as EVA. So they have a service called as EVA where you can communicate with them. So you're talking to a computer there. So when you call or when you text, you're not talking to a person, you're talking to a computer. And that computer will understand what you want. Even if you don't know what you want, they will understand what you want, okay? You just have to enter your query, what you want, and they will give it to you. It's not just normal computer system which is giving you a reply. It's a smart system. It is built on AI. Or AI, not AI. So AI, right? It is not just big companies now, but all the companies, maybe banks, online e-commerce website, or all these things, they are using AI. Think about Amazon now. You are getting all these search recommendations. How? Amazon. Right? When you upload photos on, because of AI in Amazon, when you upload photos on Facebook, and it can detect the faces, right? I mean, you don't have to tag now people. Now Facebook will say, okay, you know this guy, this is, so recently I uploaded some photos on Facebook of some party here, and then automatically all the faces were detected. So this photo belongs to this person. And then I just have to say yes or no, because somewhere it might make a mistake, right? That's why it needs some human interaction where you can say yes or no. That means even Facebook is using AI for the faces, right? So all this thing is done with the help of AI. The things which I have shown you before the video, that is also done by AI. Again, if you're wondering about Drupal, Drupal basically is a PHP framework or CMS system using which you can create amazing websites. So that's Drupal, if you can, D-R-U-P-A-L, if you want to search it. Anyway, so that's AI for you. So AI is everywhere. So if you're thinking you want to go to a trending thing, AI is for you. Okay, I mean, depends if you like maths, if you like to solve real world issues, if you like to accept challenges, go for AI. It's an amazing thing. In terms of money, because of course it's a very new field, so there are lots of money. In terms of satisfaction, since you are doing something very new, it will be totally satisfied. So let's try to understand how can you learn AI now? I mean, why it is in trend now? So in AI, we have a concept of machine learning. So in AI, we have lots of things. One of the things is machine learning, okay, and that is very trendy now, and everyone wants to go for machine learning, right? They want to create some software which can learn by themselves. Example, when you talk about AI is something where a computer will behave like a human, but then that need to be pre-programmed, right? There should be some algorithms using which you can do that. So AI is all about algorithms. It's not just about implementation. Implementation is very easy. What is difficult is to create those algorithms, right? So using machine learning, your machine will learn by itself. So initially, your machine will think, okay, that's a bag. But then after certain inputs, as a human, you will say, that's not a bag, that's a laptop bag. So your machine will understand, it will try to understand all the things around it. Okay, not just what its main job. Example, let's say if you have a smart vacuum cleaner, right? What is its job is to clean the entire room, right? It is smart, that's why it will do it by itself. You don't have to carry a vacuum cleaner. Just leave that vacuum cleaner there and automatically it will clean everything. But then if you can teach it, that's not a dust, that's important things. So it will try to understand that's an important thing. Okay, your machine can learn by themselves. You just have to provide the input. So every time you provide more input, your machine will become it will become smarter. The same way we human works, right? So every day we learn some new things, right? We learn from experience. In the same way, your machine, your computer will learn by experience. When I was scanning that image, it was a bit difficult for that software to detect it the first time. But since I did it lots of time, now it knows in which angle it should scan and what type of image it can be. So the software is actually learning. If you have used Siri, Siri knows everything about you. I mean, if you are using Siri, right? It knows about your name, it knows about your favorite food, it knows about where you go, everything. Because that's a AI which is based on machine. So the part is machine learning. But then we have 120 word which is called as deep learning. So machine learning is a part of AI and deep learning is a part of machine learning. So if you go in depth, so we have AI, in that we have machine learning, and then that we have deep learning. Now what is deep learning? Let me give an example. If I say, okay, let's say if I have a nephew who is 3 years old now, and if I say, okay, don't touch the vessel because that is hot. And so what I am saying is, don't touch the vessel because it is hot. But what he understood is, don't touch anything which is hot. Okay, that is called as deep learning. So you are understanding different aspects from one statement. So if you provide one input, it will try to understand the around aspects as well. That is deep learning. And all these AI things, in fact, Facebook, all these big companies, they are using deep learning. So in case if you want to get into AI, this is something you have to learn now. So I know it's not that easy to learn it one day, but if you are interested, you can go for AI. So think about AI, think about deep learning, think about machine learning. Okay, and it is used everywhere. So let me give you one more example. So we got the face recognition on Facebook. Your Google spam filter, if you are using Google, and you can see we have a spam folder right there, right? How do Google know which mail is spam and which are not? So they have a AI behind the scenes. So that AI actually thinks, okay, this type of mails are spam mails. So let's keep that in a spam thing. It's not just based on the keywords. Okay, there are lots of things around it. So that is also done with the help of AI. So AI is everywhere, soon everywhere. In fact, mobile phones, laptops, banks, oil industry, everywhere will be having AI. So if you're thinking about your future, this is one of the way you can choose. So that's it. If you have some more queries, if you want to give some more input, we have a comment section there. So give your input and do share and like my videos. Thank you so much for watching.